Hello, craft friends. This is AuntieCaffeineCrafts here with my first tutorial. Please bear with me. I've never done a two-handed tutorial before. This is the first time I've got my camera set up. I'm going to be using Heartfelt Creations Sweet Shop to not only create the front of this treat carriage, but or treat cart, but to create a three-dimensional treat cart. And I'm going to show you how to create a three-dimensional project from a two-dimensional what is it called, die. So anyway, let me go ahead and then afterwards this die is going to be available on my Etsy shop, which is AuntieCaffeineCrafts there too. So let's see, it looks like I might have to tear that off. No, I don't think is that necessary? Yes, that is necessary. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my scissors and open this, and this is always the first problem, is that I never can find my scissors. I don't know if you guys lose things, but I am always losing things, and scissors is the number one thing. So this is what it comes with. It comes with this darling little treat cart outline, and then this wheel, and then this top part here, or actually this part that goes along this side. And this has been used before. I purchased this set used, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off. And Heartfelt Creations has really nice dies. I love some of their dies. Usually they do flowers, but this time they went a little bit outside of their box, if they have a box. And I'm going to go ahead and take the wheel off as well. And they have some really good glue on here. Or is that tape? No, that's just the glue that it came with. So there's that, and then this here as well. Okay, so I've got those. Now I'm going to cut some paper, and the paper I'm going to be using is Frank Garcia's Sweet Shop. Not Sweet Shop. Frank Garcia's Dulce. Authentique has one called Sweet Shop. No, Heartfelt Creations has a Sweet Shop. Sorry. This is Frank Garcia's Dulce collection, which is absolutely gorgeous. I think that came out last year. And the pattern I'm going to choose, I want something, I love this pattern, but I'm trying to save that for the 12 by 12 layouts that I want to make with it, because it looks so gorgeous as a 12 by 12. I think I'm just going to go with the everyday plaid, this pink plaid, which is really pretty. It almost looks peach on camera, but it's really more of a pink. It does have peach tones in it. And then I'm going to get out my little cuddle bug here. And I'm going to get my scissors again, which of course I've lost because I can't ever keep scissors near enough at hand. And I'm going to cut it. I could use a paper trimmer, but I prefer using scissors. I'm going to cut it at about 6 inches, maybe a little less because the opening fits 6 inches. And this die is about 4 3/4 inches, maybe 4.5 inches, something like that. You can tell how much I love numbers too, huh? I'm kind of a eyeball it type of crafter, you know? There are times when I measure things out perfectly, but then other times I want to get the project done, and I don't want to measure it 12 times because I always end up measuring at least 12 times. And then, so here are the metal plates. Now, this machine, or not the metal plates, the plastic plates. This machine comes with a third plastic plate, and I purchased it used, and the third plastic plate was not there. So I'm going to sacrifice some of my favorite, and by sacrifice I mean ruined, some of my favorite, let's see, Chamel papers, because they're really just the right size, and I have to go to a plastic company to have the plate made, which I will eventually have it made. But anyway, so I'm going to stick this in here, try to fit this in here, and the bottom plate, oops, got to make sure that this is on. You don't ever want to overlap your dies or have your dies coming off the paper because they can warp and I have warped a die or two before, and then it never cuts out right after that. So you really want to make sure everything is centered, which is where I find that those, what are they called? I'm really bad at doing two things at once. Those magnetic plates can be really helpful. And then I'm going to shove this, I've never used this die before in this machine, so I'm going to shove it through a couple of times. That clicking sound is good, by the way. It does not mean that the die is breaking. It means that the die is getting used. So what I don't like is I'm only hearing the clicking on one side. So I don't know, and I've had trouble with this machine cutting evenly on both sides. So we'll see what we get. And then for the next step, I'm going to cut on the other side. So there it goes. You saw I moved it through. I am so sorry, guys. My battery ran out and I didn't realize it. So part of the fun part is already done. They came out. Yay! Got this side, and they're double-sided. Oh, so pretty. Maybe I'll use the other side. I don't know. We'll see. And the other one was not torn quite here, and this one is not torn kind of in the middle. Oh, did I lose those scissors again? And in case you can't tell, my voice sounds different because I'm sitting on a stool. Oh my gosh! Finally got myself together and realized that kneeling while doing a tutorial is a little bit difficult. I'm just going to cut this right here. A little bit difficult on the diaphragm. At least if you're me and you're not in shape. So anyway, now I'm sitting down. Isn't this so cute? Oh, and these punch out too. But they didn't really do very well. Meh. Okay, I might take care of that in the after part. Okay, so I've got two of these. Now I'm going to do, so just a basic idea, I'm going to create, why not just do it right now? I'm going to create the bottom and the middle by measuring these guys. Let's see, with paper trimmer, because Lord knows it's easier to find a paper trimmer than a ruler. At least in my house it is. Measuring these guys. So let's do inches, huh? Are about 4 inches. They're 4 inches long. So I'm going to create a bottom by taking my leftover sheet of paper. And again, I'm going to cut rather than using a paper trimmer. Luckily, this paper has nice straight lines. So, okay, this time I'm actually going to show you my cutting because I watched the video and was like, what? Oh, that's right. I needed to figure out a width too. So, the width doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it doesn't matter what I choose that much because I'm the one that's deciding how wide I want it to be, and I don't want it too wide. So I think I'm just going to cut along here, and I'm going to cut 4 inches. So let me measure this one. Okay. So I'm going to cut just a little mark right here. Oopsie. Okay, and then we're going to go over here. I decided this was the width I wanted. Oh, no, but you know what? It has to be more than 4 inches because that's the width of this. And then I'm going to try and do the sides. And the sides are about 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches on this. So add 4 plus 1.5 inches is 5.5 inches. Let's see. Okay, this is great. So right here, and then I'm going to add 1.5 inches for the other side. It's going to be 7 inches. You'll see what I'm counting in just a second. 7 inches, which is right here. Okay. So this is about 7 inches in the middle of that guy. Okay, because what I'm going to do, except I think I'm going to go over on this side because I cut, I don't want this to show up, that to show up in my project. So, and then the width is however long I want it to be, which is this length. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Yes, this is much better on this stool. This stool tool. Let me just go through here. Okay, now I have a scoreboard, but the scoreboard, score thingamajigger, but it's in the other room. I don't think I really want to use it. So I'm going to do is I'm going to measure in 2 inches here, or was it? It was 1.5 inches, right? I measure 1.5 inches here. So up to right there. And then I'm going to fold right along there. I'm going to try and make it even. Let's see, am I in frame? Yeah, I'm in frame. Yay! Staying in frame is an art, you guys. If you have a YouTube channel, let me know how you do it, because, let's see. And then, see, look at perfect size. It's going to go right in there. Whoop, whoop. I think I made it a little bit too long, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Yay for eyeballing. And go, it needs to be right there. So then, do that. And then this is a little bit long. So how many squares was like 1? And oh, that's really not straight. Let's do this straight, huh? Straight. There we go. It was 1.5 and 3/4, about right there. No, circus. That's what I keep remembering that from that kids movie. Okay, so now I have got, let's see, am I still running here? I'm still running. Yay! I've got battery. Oh, darn it. No? Is it too long? It's just a little too long. Just a little too long. See, so let me fix it. Doop, 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 doop. Maybe one of these days I'll give you the measurements afterwards. How about that? I'm going to cut this just a little bit. I'll give you the measurements afterwards. And that way you can make your own. Gotta remember frame. There's a lot to do in YouTube videos. Just in case you ever want to try, you have to keep in frame. I mean, I suppose if I had it really high up, I wouldn't have to worry, my camera really high up, I wouldn't have to worry about it being in frame or not. Oh my gosh. So stinking cute. So stinking cute. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and I will say, I don't think this was my cuddle bug that didn't get these pieces out. I have had trouble with the delicate parts of Heartfelt Creations dies too. You really have to, the shimming is an art on there. You have to get just, I mean, even if you have the perfect machine, your shim just has to be just right. And then you have to put a boatload of pressure. So that's one thing I'm not as crazy about their dies with. But I think with a paper piercer, I can get those out. So there's that side. And then there's that side. Okay, now we have to decide what we want. Oh, except I didn't think about this. The wheel comes over on the other side. But that's okay. We'll just cut it out, and then when I do the extra wheels, I'll just add one on both sides. So we'll just cut this midway. And it won't look exactly the same. Well, actually, it'll look pretty close to the same on all sides. Boop! There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to do the little banners, not banners, the little details, which I think it's kind of pretty like this, though. Oh my gosh. I don't know. It's just too subtle like that. Okay, and we're going to pick a piece of paper from the Garcia pad. Okay, now I'm really torn. I love this paper, and I think as it's detailed enough, the details are big enough that the pattern will show up. But again, I also love this paper, and then my other real consideration was that paper. I don't want this to be all pink, so I think I'm going to stay away from this. And this is another one of my favorite papers. I can't wait to create a 12 by 12 layout with this as the background. You know, I love Prima because they give you so many of the same paper over and over again. I know a lot of people don't. Whoops, sorry. Oh my gosh, bumpity bump bump. Earthquakes today. Oh, earthquake again. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Prima gives you this, like, I don't know, 6 sheets of each pattern, and I love that because their papers are so pretty and they're double-sided. I want to use each sheet like 5 times, so thank heavens for that, but it still isn't enough for me because, you know, I just wish I could get 2 of everything. Honestly, that's the best way to go. So now we're going to find the scissors again, and I'm going to cut about 6 inches, a little less than 6 inches for the details. The little, it's not really an awning, the little ruffles on the side, the wheels, and for these wheels, I will have to shim it up and get it to punch out perfectly because I want those details to really show. So anyway, I'm going to cut everything 2 times like I did the first time. So let's get our plate in here. Thank you so much for following along with me, you guys. This is so much fun having you here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That, and I wouldn't get this project done if it weren't for you and PHA. OMG, I'm in love with PHA. How many acronyms can we use in one video? So there's that piece. And then there's this piece. Oh, cute. Ootsy, bootsy, bootsy, bootsy. Uh-oh, I sound like I'm talking to my cat. And we're going to put this on top. And as I was saying in the video part that I cut off, you really want to make sure the dies are not overlapping and that they're not coming off the edges, because if dies overlap or there's something else underneath them that makes them uneven, then they will warp, and then they can never be used again in exactly the same way. I have warped a couple of dies. Oh my gosh. And okay, I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to shim this up some more, but let's try, you know. Let's see what happens with this level of shim. The reason I don't have more papers to shim this is that this machine has a little bit of a hard time grabbing on. I don't know, it might be because the base plate that I got, I don't think it comes with the machine that way, but the base plate that I got is wooden, and the machine doesn't like to grip onto that. But we'll see. And you heard it click, which, as I say, is a good sign. My arm is rubbing up against my bed, so it makes that funny sound. Okay, let's see what we got here, huh? Okay, I don't think... Okay, this part cut through. So this is really nice. This is really nice. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this paper. I'm a lavender fanatic. And then this part. Let's see, did any of the middle... Nope. Darn it. Darn